Levy. Levy, the bookworm. Levy, the girl who got her ass whooped by Gagio in the beginning of Fairy Tail. She, kind of like grew closer to him, like real close. She started having feelings for him, because she started to see him change in other things. You know, she remembered him blocking attack from Loxus and other things. You know, saving the guild from, becoming, basically magic fuel for Edalus. She was like, you're not that bad of a guy. That's why I selected you to be my friend, and help me out during this trial. And he's like, I would rather it been me, being considered for S-class wizard because I am more powerful than you are. But I guess I can help you out, short stack. And then she was like, we'll just do what we do. But then they got jumped. He told her to stay back because these animals were, hunting them down. Mostly Gagio because they were going after the more powerful enemy first, and then they would take on the weak one later. But she used script magic. She summoned iron, and had Gagio eat it so it could feel his giant slaying magic. Her script magic was useful not just then, but like even before that, when they had to get onto the island, because Freed Justine, he put up a enchantment so him and Big Slow could get to the island first and then select the tunnel to go through. She knew about, script magic and how to, basically loopholes in the enchantment. And she was able to get her and Gagio through. So they were like one of the first ones on the island. But then they were one of the first ones attacked too. She then, had to carry Gagio back to, camp. And then he had to catch Recoup. And she did too. But, she's a support character. But her power score is going to be told. Strength is at 80%. 79 for speed, 76 for durability, 79 for endurance, 90 for intelligence, 84 for experience, and an 80 or 78 for close skills, 82 for range skills, and an 81 for recoup, 82 for hacks, and an 81.2 for overall power score. And that's Levy, the girl who likes Gagio, one that knows of script magic and knows how to break out of enchantments and other things. She writes something down and she can summon like iron. She says iron and it's iron. Shirt, is like that. But it has its limitations and shit. But be cool, calling on the corner.